Hooper.
Thank you. My God, thank you. Eric Trundy, my God. Huh? My buddy. Kurt, round of applause for having us. Mike, playing music.
I thought Eric was just going up for a minute or two.
Yeah, he did about 20. Yeah, he ran the light and shit, but no, it's all friendly. I was offended by a lot of the jokes I heard, to be quite honest with you. That molestation story, that's nothing to joke around about. I wasn't molested, but the idea that I could have been is upsetting. I always wanted to be that. Dude, when you go to like comedy shows, there's always like in a comedy club, there's always one person who's offended by the show. I would like to start being the comedian who's offended at the comedy show. I'm just like, did someone say autistic? They didn't? Well, they better never say it. Because my grandmother died of Alzheimer's. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, I'd just like to see management, please. Can I get more comment cards? I want to be the cunty audience member comedian, hopefully. Someday. This feels good. This is not awkward at all. Honestly, this staircase. You know how many staircases I've sat on waiting to do a set? This one's heated. I'm fine with it. This feels good. I'm telling you. Mike was up here. I caught the tail end of the song about San Antone not going back. I'm not going back to that fucking hellhole either. San Antonio is what you meant, right? Or is it an older version of San Antone, a town that I'm not even aware of? San Antonio I will not go back to ever again because of that wretched Alamo, which I don't know if you've been, but I went 5 times before I went in there. I'm like, so this is where it happened. And someone's like, no, it actually happened about 40 miles away on some guy's farm. I'm like, the fuck is this? Just a gift shop? What's historic? The idea of taking tourist money? Is that it? These just bullets you dug out of the mud? They're not even Davy Crockett's? It's upsetting. I still like travel somewhat, but I'm in good spirits. I am comfortable in this vibe. I'm in good spirits. I recently backed into a Range Rover and it felt amazing. I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but you should do it. And I knew it was a Range Rover because the guy said it 1,200 times. He's like, you hit my fucking Range Rover, look what you've done to my precious Range Rover. I'm like, dude, it's not a scratch on your car. He's like, it's not a car, it's a fucking Range Rover. I'm like, I see the emblem, but can you confirm this is a Range Rover? And he's like, yes, it's a Range Rover. And I'm like, well, I'm relieved. I didn't want to hit a poor person. You're fine. Let's get one of the other cars sent over. Maybe get you in your helicopter, get you the fuck out of here. You label whore. That's what I suggest. If you're ever down, hit a Range Rover full speed. There's never been a good person to purchase that vehicle. I don't even think I hit a wealthy person. While we're waiting on the cops, he just complained about the cost of the tires. He's like, you don't get it. Tires on a Range Rover are $250 each. I'm like, you got a $90,000 car, and you can't buy a fucking wheel? Where's your money? How'd you even get this legally? Like, I like poor people. I can tolerate most rich people, but fuck a rich poor person. All right, like how you combined the worst parts of both groups. You're powerless and pretentious? Fuck you. I will try to T-bone you and your family every Christmas Eve. Hopefully take most of all. God damn it, this is a wonderful holiday party. When you can open on just threatening to kill people. God, this feels good. It really does. I'm doing all right. Positive things are happening in my life. I'm 41 years old. I guess Eric's 40. How old are you, Kurt?
22.
Yeah, come on now with the riffing. Anyway, you're 40-ish, right?
Yeah, mid-40s.
Mid-40? It's all right. I don't know what it is. 41. I'm going to continue to say my age out loud. Now that I'm middle-aged, I'm even more baffled why people lie about their age or won't own up to it. If you're a Facebook friend of mine and you don't list your age, I don't wish you happy birthday. You're a coward. I don't trust you. We care. You're 28 years old, you're 49 years old, you're 87.
My tits are 13.
God damn it, look at you. I love you, Kurt. You're making it weird, but I do believe we can get through this. What is the downside of being older? What is the downside of being 41 years old? That young people can make fun of me? What is that? Young people are like, you're getting old, man. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to apologize for existing before you. That's odd, right? And they're like, well, you're going to die sooner. I'm like, yeah, I wish it happened right as we met. Right as we shook hands, I wish I had a major stroke. I'm finally going gray. It takes forever to go gray. I thought I had my 30s. It took them 40 to get a few gray chin hairs. I'm fucking riding. I'm not dying. No Just for Men. Why? I've had this murky, blondish, brownish swirl of hair for 4 decades. Let's go silver. Fuck it. Nature's giving me a new treat. I wish at 80 years old you got another weird color. You should look odd when you go into the grave. You should look misshapen with a weird hair color. You shouldn't look like your fucking baby photos. Or you should. Why does everyone be 15? I don't get it. All my age is piled up on my eyes. That's where it's at, right there. All these crow's feet and these baggy, swollen eyes that I have. By the way, I don't even know the color of my eyes because they're so far back in my head. I just say hazel. They're hazel. And then it just people look at me like, you gotta do something about those bags. You gotta do something about the women. Women are the only ones that care. You gotta do something about those bags under your eyes. They're like, you can get surgery. It's a simple procedure. I'm like, I'm not getting fucking surgery on my eyes. All right, I'm growing my bags out. I hope to lick them by the age of 50. I want to look like an English bulldog with double pneumonia when I hit that graveyard. Some purple hair, something. Then men don't care about my eyes. Men are just like, you look like shit, and they just keep walking. Women are like always helping. Yeah, if you don't get surgery, there's simple fixes. You get some, here, put cucumber slices on your eyes. I'm like, I'm not putting cucumber slices on my eyes. They make my eyes wet and tingly. I think I'm allergic to it because my vision is blurry afterwards. I can't read road signs. I don't trust it. And then they're like, we'll put Preparation H on your eyes. Ah, that's the one they lose their fucking mind over. They laugh at, put Preparation H on your eyes. Ah, and they always laugh after. I guess they're giggling because that's hemorrhoid medication that you apply to your eyes, and that's silly in a normal person's world. But I'm like, honestly, I don't know why you're giggling. It's just chemicals that reduce swelling. It's not like pre-packaged with asshole in it. I don't know, why are you so corny? Unless you told me, like, listen, you have to apply this to someone's hemorrhoid and smear their rectum on your ocular cavity. God damn, your home remedies are out of hand. It's just ointment. That's the most fascinating human being to me. There's not just one of those, but the extrovert with no material is my favorite human being. Like, people that just say nothing and then laugh immediately for themselves afterwards is a fascinating study of just someone going, you put Preparation H in your eyes. Ah! I'm like, are you okay? You're 37 years old and you said 0 and just lost your mind. Even if I was going to laugh, I couldn't squeeze it in between your insecure cackle. I mean, do you have a learning disability? Hopefully you don't have a job or a family you're in charge of. I don't know what that is. I always try to get to the bottom of it. Even as a kid, it like pissed me off. Because I'm like, I don't know what you said. My stepdad used to do that. Just say a joke and ha! I'm like, what is that? Pause. I don't know if the dog's comfortable. It just ate something off the floor. Anyway, I think that might have just been, what is that?
It's paper.
It's paper. I never got the dog's name, by the way.
Nico.
Nico, how are you? All right, good. That was a little delayed. I'm amplified. You'd think that dog would be a little more prompt with its head turned.
Nico. Bite balls.
Bite I do want to get attacked during a set by a dog. I swear to God, I hope it's all come to this. So that dog takes my throat out in about the 15-minute mark.
He's gonna help with the eyes.
He's going to help with it. Chew my eyes off.
Good job.
What happened? He was in a basement somewhere in Greensboro, North Carolina, and a dog attacked him during the show.
Nobody saw nothing.
No one said, please, yeah, I don't want anyone to go to jail, please. Just let me go that way. Just
There's
throw
a
me
lake
out.
full of turtles out back.
Throw me out back. But I do want the story to be released. You know what I mean? I want that to hit the presses. And then you guys are all free.
This is like Vegas.
Nico's upset. Walked out.
He's offended.
It's like, listen, I know I sound angry and I know I don't want to bring down your holiday party, but, I'm spry. I'm feeling good. I'm trying to do better. Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be friendlier. I gave you all a big hello when I entered the building. That's good for me. Usually I'm sort of withdrawn. I think I'm doing better. I'm being more I'm smiling more, I put everybody at ease. I think I'm doing better, Then you meet someone named Tad, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna kill everybody. Anybody ever met a Tad? It's a rare occasion in life. You never met a Tad, think of a Chet with an extra layer of douche on it. Never normal. Never normal, always loud for no good reason. Any man that's yelling in a hotel lobby without a good complaint, that's a Tad or a Chet, usually. On an escalator at the mall, you're fucking weirdo. I met a Tad in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's a mechanic, so I'm like, maybe the first normal Tad, because he has a normal job. Fuck that, within 30 seconds, no. Just get a transmission change. This guy's already told me in 30 seconds his best friend just died on a jet ski. I'm like, of course, Tad, you're the only person that lost a loved one on a fucking jet ski this week. What else do you have for me? We go in to pay for the repairs, and in his shop, where there'd be boring diagrams of transmissions and auto parts, instead of that, he had a giant photo of him and a leopard. A real live leopard, and he had his arm around it like it was a poster for a buddy cop movie. And I'm like, Tad, what is the story with you and this leopard? Where did you meet this? He's like, that's my leopard. That's my pet. I own that. And I'm like, where do you live, Tad? He goes, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm like, no. What type of enclosure or zoological park you dwell within? He's like, no, I live in a townhome. He's like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. He goes, my neighbors hate that I have a leopard. My landlord's trying to evict me because I have a leopard. I'm like, yeah, Thaddeus, you can't have a leopard in a residential area. People don't like it. I can never really remember the distance you have to keep between a pedophile and a school. But I'd say it'd have to be at least double that for a fucking leopard. Unless you put the leopard between the pedophile and the school and it ran security. You gotta work on cars in the Serengeti or something. I can only hope that leopard stared at the front door of that townhouse for about 1 month before he took Tad's throat out. I can only hope that a Tad is dead and a leopard is free. Best case scenario. But I'm doing okay just for the fucking Tads in this world. I'm trying to have more faith in humanity. I'm doing better. This seems like a good group of people, but it's not,
Not really.
It's not. But that may endear me to you. Because if this was a fucking uptight holiday party, I'd be and you were all smiling in some weird way with sweaters and shit on and singing happy songs, I would jump in the creek. But this seems genuine. I like this. This is the first private party I've ever done that I've liked. I like this. But I'm trying to have more faith. Here's why I'm worried about mankind, and it's not about humankind. It's not even about an election. Because my name is Paul Hooper, and it's a simple name, it's 3 syllables altogether, and people for just the last 10 years of my life have been fucking up my last name. My last name is Hooper. And for just the last 10 years, for 30 years of my life, everyone got it right. And for the last 10, people have been calling me Hopper. It's chronic. It's an epidemic. In the country, out of the country, and I see it, it's written correctly on a computer screen or in paper in front of the face, and they go fucking Hopper every time. And I don't know what's new with the human brain, but it's misfiring, so I don't know if it's physicians have prescribed too many antibiotics, now no one can eat a goddamn peanut or say my name correctly, but it needs to be rectified. Does gluten-free mean dyslexic? What? Hopper. Hooper. That's 2 O's and a P. What is wrong that thousands of people there can't be that many dyslexic people on this planet, right? It can't be that big of a thing. I was on the phone with a hotel recently, and I was like trying to arrange the shuttle service to the airport. So they're like, how can we help you, Mr. Hopper? I'm like, it's Hooper. You know it's Hooper. Look at that screen. Look at those 2 O's and that 1 P. Staring at your fucking eyes. And she's like, sorry, Mr. Hooper. Then she calls the shuttle service. Doesn't connect me. She has to talk to the shuttle service. And she's like, Mr. Looper with like a 2. I'm like, fuck it. You've already changed it again. You've changed it again. Now it's a Looper. It's not Looper. Then she finally goes, no, it's Hooper. Then she had to spell my name to the airport shuttle service. And she goes, Hooo. That's 3 O's in a row. No human has ever had 3 O's. Now you're speaking in binary code. This is not the way a human's brain should. Hooper. God damn it. Hopper's not even better. If they were like rounding up to a better name, Hopper sucks. Hooper's a good name, and they won't even give it to me. Something's wrong. 30 years of my life, because people in grade school, the kids go Paul Hooper the Pooper Scooper. It's a shitty joke. It's comedic garbage. But at least they got Hooper, then just riffed on top of it. Somewhere around fucking the year 2004, I don't know if it's a post 9/11 thing. Somewhere around 9/11, people started calling me Hopper. I don't know. I'm just trying to sort it out. I feel okay though. I am healthier things happen. I got a girlfriend. I don't do any relationship jokes. The only thing I have about my relationship is the grief that people give me for being in one is incredible. I realize how much people care about you being in a relationship till you're in one. Like when I hear people that get together, they're like, you know, Mike is dating Tiffany now. I'm like, I hope they don't kill each other. Then I just stop thinking about it. Until one kills the other one. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. And then we can talk about it for 20 minutes, then I forget about it. But then, here's why people care about. My girlfriend's taller than me, all right? And I know people don't like that. I'm a short guy. And by the way, if you don't get medical, I'm 5'6.5". I know that sounds pathetic. It sounds like a short guy desperately trying to get an extra ½ inch. Actually, I'm 5'7" on my license. I pull it down to 5'6.5" for you, the people, for my love of details. My girlfriend is like 5'8 3/4, maybe. People will just see us standing side by side and just bring it up to her face, especially me. They just look at me and go, hey, your girlfriend, she's taller than you. Hey, man. She is taller than you. I'm like, I'm aware of that. We've had sex. I've had to put a pillow under my knees during doggy style. All right? We have adjusted for the femur differential. This is not a revelation, all right? It's not new. We don't even use a pillow anymore. She just lowers a hip and then I slide in. It doesn't involve scaffolding or building permits. It's 2 inches. You just learn how to fuck. It's a partnership. You learn how to adapt. God damn it, Nico, you're back. I knew the dirty stuff would bring you back in. Thank you. I knew it. It's only a matter of time. Go blue and the dog likes it. You turned your back on me. I know. I acknowledged it. I should have never acknowledged it. It was the doggy reference. Oh my God. You heard it. No treats. Don't give that dog a treat yet. We'll see how it responds at the closer. I'll pour water on my nose. Also, here's what people hate more. My girlfriend is younger than me. People don't like that, do they? If I'm 41 dating a 20-something, they don't like it. Is that gross? I don't find it gross. I'm an open-minded gentleman. And but then people have to do the mathematical humor about our age gap. They go, you're 41, she's 25 years old. My God, I bet when you got your driver's license, she was still an embryo. Ah. I'm like, I'm not fascinated by that age gap. I go, what intrigues me is that you're a 30-year-old making the trite observation of a fucking 7-year-old. Isn't it amazing how your body grew and just dragged your mind behind it? Like a faulty trailer hitch. Can we analyze that? Oh, you don't have the capacity to. My fault. She also drinks and I don't drink, which none of these differences factor into our relationship except for other people. People are like, holy shit. She drinks alcohol and you're sober. How could that work? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It just works. And I won't lie to you. My girlfriend drinks heavy stuff. She'll drink a fifth of Jim Beam by herself. I don't know why. She drank a bottle of George Dickel last September in the daylight hours. That can never happen again. No one even knows what George Dickel is. Do you?
No.
Yeah, bourbon.
It's like bourbon. I thought it was some shitty Southern whiskey. No one buys it, do they? You've had it,
Yeah.
but I say this all over the country. One drunk in Minneapolis last week just made a noise like when I said it, and that's the only person besides you that's acknowledged it. It sounded like he was coming and growling at the same time. I don't know. My girlfriend only bought it because it had a stupid name. You know what I mean? It just said George Dickel. It'd only been better if it said Tad Dickel. And she just buys silly things. If they put a fucking animal on the label of a liquor bottle, it's over. You can't talk her out of it. If it just has a spider attacking a pirate ship, she's got to have it. And I'm like, that's a bad message right there. A spider should never be able to defeat 30 pirates. That's a venom in that bottle. And she just downs it as fast as she can. She gets all fucked up. But then my girlfriend doesn't do anything crazy when she's fucked up except go home and watch Netflix. So it just makes the text hard to decipher. We're on the road where I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, I can't watch this show anymore. I'm like, what is it, bad? And she's like, nah, it's great. And then that's just the end of communication. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I love you, sleep on your stomach. What's happening up there? I just try to say whatever Jimi Hendrix's parents should have said with a kissy emoji. I'm glad you guys got that. That line's been dying all over America. I don't know if people have forgotten about Jimi Hendrix or their heart goes out to him, but I mean, it's an honest thing. His parents should have said something before he went on tour and gone, Jimmy, if you're going to drink like that, roll over. We need those royalties. Turns out Voodoo Child's enough for a whole family never to work again. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know what it is. I feel okay though. Spry. I can tell I'm comfortable. I'm tugging at the back of my jeans. I think I have an anal fissure. Here's the thing. I don't know. I have somewhat OCD that I will talk about. I don't know if anyone has OCD here. I think mine. You do. It's a great. What do you have? The standard germphobe, neat freak thing.
Neat freak.
Great.
It's called gay.
Listen to me.
Love the gay
With
too.
your rage, Kurt. The man has an immaculate house, right? Do you? Your house is unbelievable.
He
I
was blow drying lights today.
I don't know what that does. What does blow drying lights do?
Hang just right. He was blow drying the wires so they hang right.
They hang right. Did it work? If it works, goddamn, it's a great idea. Why do we make OCD sufferers feel bad? These are the only people holding this shitty world together are OCD sufferers. No one else has a good idea. You just caveman every goddamn activity. You need someone like him to come up with a fucking novel idea so you can hang your lights. It looks halfway beautiful. You know what I mean? Everybody
You're
else
all
is just...
done. Get the fuck out so I can clean this place up.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the only way to live. Don't let people talk you out of it. You're living right.
Which is why he's here.
I aspire to be you. My dream is to, I would love to be Howard Hughes. I'm not where I want to be. I would love to be locked away in a hotel peeing in jars. It's everything I want, but I'm still in public. What a shame. And
Are you peeing in public?
huh?
Are you peeing in public?
Peeing in public?
Yes.
Yeah, I pee in public.
Okay, good for you.
Where is that coming from? Is that the stairwell? I thought it was here.
It's the fucking Jew back there.
Jesus Christ, he's got a real racist slant over here. I don't know what's happening in Ripon.
Yeah, where?
I didn't know where that is. That's very odd.
It's on
Being
it's on the
Hackleback.
heated staircase.
The heated stair. It is a nice. I like that wood grain you have. Let's just fucking slow it down to that boring level. I like the wood finish on that staircase. Listen, I'm trying to talk about my fucking affliction and bond with this man. Everybody else. Here's my OCD. No one cares. I have strange things. I'm a little bit of a germphobe, which is a new... I thought I was a germphobe after I sobered up. I was a neurotic kid, though. I remember somewhere... I'm only convinced they did this to me. That somewhere around early not childhood, but high school. What was that after puberty? Was that middle school, high school? I don't know what it is. Whatever. You're weird, you're awkward. At some point after gym class, you had to change in front of the other boys in the locker room, and I hated it. And then my family made it worse. They always like, I don't know why you stress about that. Someday you might have to shower in that locker room. I'm like, I don't know why you're telling me this, but I'm not showering with other boys. And then they make it worse with jokes. Always with fucking jokes. I don't even know why I do comedy, considering they traumatized me. And they always go, there you go, if you ever had to shower in that locker room, just remember one thing. Don't drop that soap. Ha! And I was already a little too neurotic. I'm like, yeah, I would never drop the soap and then use it off the floor. That's filthy. And they're like, no, man, when you bend over, someone could take advantage of you. I'm like, what does it matter? I'm dead either way. Whether some guy sodomized me or used this filthy bar of soap from a communal drain, I can probably survive that. That's just one guy's dick. That's like 30 guys' hair on one bar of soap that I'm gonna put in my ass. I'll take the ass fucking. He brings a clean bar of Dove soap. It has to be Dove, because I have sensitive skin. Certain to be chafed after this rectal assault. If you could bring some Neosporin, any kind of healing lotions, to this mysterious sexual assault at my high school you created. And they like, you got it all wrong. Nico, I thought you would have sparked up on that one for sure, but it didn't have dog in it, so.
Dates don't listen.
It's pure filth. It's pure filth. I'm gonna do 40 more minutes. I justify my OCD. I got a curious mind. I'm a nitpicking twat, is what I am. But I do believe in like OCD sufferers like you. I do feel like that's the world we have to live in. That there's a few OCD sufferers that hold everything together, and because everybody else is just burning shit down. You're not checking doors enough. You check doors?
What door?
Oh, hell yeah.
You gotta check doors.
Dude, I got my garage door on my phone on an app. So
Oh
I can
my
just
God, I
at
want
any
it so
time
bad.
pull it up and make sure it's open.
You
or
could do
closed.
if you went to Chicago, still check your garage door. God bless you.
Did it in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago.
Checking the garage door. Up and down, securing it. That's what my dream is, to live in a bank vault. Someday, not a panic room, a Bank of America vault. Anyway, I check doors. If I'm a guest at your house, Kurt, if I stayed at this fucking basement you got down here, and your door's, loose, I pull it off the fucking hinges. I check. In 2 days in anyone's house, they start blocking the door. They're like, please stop pulling on my door handle. Stop yanking on my door. They go, I used to go, I double checked it for you. You don't have to go back. That's what lazy, reckless people say. They don't even look at their hand as they check the door. They just rattle their knuckles on some metal, walk into the night, and everyone dies. Double checking is the laziest shit ever. You check 35 times, minimum. 1,900, just more than 2. That's why this world's in shit shape. Everybody's got to get off at 5 o'clock and have a fucking beer. That's how factories burn down. OCD sufferers stay at it 24/7. Whatever idea is caught in their fucking mind, you fix it. It better be goddamn perfect, all right? I know it's a hard sell. There's a lot of things because of my OCD I can't do anymore. I like to think I know what I like and what I don't like, but I don't know how much longer I can be functional. If I don't go to movies in the daytime anymore. That'll never happen as long as I live. Do you go to movies in the daytime? How do you do it? How do you go while the sun is shining and submerge yourself into a 2-hour fantasy, then return to your normal life? Remember when Wolf of Wall Street was out? How the fuck could you go see that at 2 p.m.? How can I go watch Leonardo DiCaprio snort coke off nude women for 3 hours, then come out and go, you know what? I gotta get an oil change. How do you do that without an aneurysm? I don't know how you make that transition. I have to watch movies at night, and then I can have my normal dream buffer it, and when I wake up the next day, you know what I mean? Like, because my dreams at night suck. My dreams are like really boring for 2 hours, and then they end horrifically. Like a typical dream for me is I'm online at the bank, the line's not moving, for about an hour and a half, then someone comes in with an axe and decapitates me. So what I can do is watch Wolf of Wall Street around 10 p.m., go home, have my nightmare, and by the time I wake up the next morning, I'm like, fuck it, let's go to Jiffy Lube. I'm ready. That's the way I can go fantasy, nightmare, real life, right in the middle. And I can do that, and that's my cycle, but I just can't do it in the daylight hours. It doesn't seem right. I know I'm overthinking all this shit. I wish I was impressed by human beings more. Like, here's what I like. I like this group of people, and I'm not trying to kiss your ass or pander, but this, I feel good that you've handled my negativity well. And I feel good about that. But it's only like a small group of people. This is what I need in my life. Just short bursts of humanity. I need my family and friends. That's about 20 people total that I love dearly. I need a few thousand strangers like you to laugh at my complaints. But the other 7.3 billion people on the planet can fucking beat it. You know what I mean? I know they're real. But until they fuck me or buy a CD, I can't care. I just don't care about their lives. I wish I was more impressed by you. Now that I look back at it, I think humans have done some amazing stuff. Like maybe 3 things. Like 3 inventions. I can only think of 3 great inventions. The toilet, pretty incredible. Central air conditioning and heat, amazing. And the rolling suitcase.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Avid traveler.
Yes.
The rolling suitcase, and I want you to know this. Next time you're impressed by human beings, because I research too much for everyone. Next time you think we're the most beautiful creation ever in this vast universe, I want you to know this. The wheel, the actual wheel, they think was invented in 3500 BC. 3,500 years before Christ. Do you know when the rolling suitcase was invented? 1970. You know what that means? For 5,000 years, people just stood around holding their possessions going, this sucks. This sucks. Where someone's like, put the wheel in the box, asshole. Just put the fucking wheel in the box. This is not even a good idea. This is so simple. You wouldn't even think of this in 3400 BC. You jackasses. By the way, when I say rolling suitcase, I'm not even talking about the roller board you get on a plane with today up on 2 wheels. I'm talking 1970. They invented the fucking rolling suitcase. Amelia Earhart's luggage on 4 wheels. You pull it with a strap, you round the corner, the fucker tips over, slides down a hallway. It's not even practical. The roller board that we use today was invented in 1987. God damn it. It took 17 years to take a box from down here to up here. Fuck us, we're a shitty species. There's no way we can have any, that's too slow. That's too, and if you deconstruct it anymore, it gets even more sad. somewhere in that 5,000 years, somewhere in that huge span of time, somewhere between fucking wheel and rolling suitcase, somewhere in the middle there was a goddamn wagon. A fucking wagon. And no one ever looked at it like, you know what, we can make a smaller version of that and throw our bullshit in it. It's like, no, put it on our head and walk through the desert. What an awful life form. But I do want to thank you for having me tonight. This was a good time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Nico, wake up. Thank you.